Cassidy Stay, another Zionist set up media murder. If people are plotting on killing you, your children, anybody of the white race, isn't it a given that you study it? We're gonna understand this Cassidy Stay shooting by its abstract place in history and looking at the crime itself. So there are big events and the Cassidy Stay shooting fits in. We have to look at it very big, like for example take a look at Mao in China with communism. He was controlled by Zionist Jews. Franco, Israel Epstein and other Zionist Jews controlled Mao. Mao took the guns of the Chinese people. And here you have a soldier with a machine gun and he controls about 100 people without guns. And that's why in the American Constitution it says you have the right to bear arms. Because then, if your government goes crazy and wants to kill you, it cannot do it, because you also have guns. This is the most important thing in the Constitution. And that's why they want to take your guns. That's why they did this Cassidy Stay shooting. They're doing all these setup shootings so they can take your guns and kill you, especially the white race. You have to be killed. And in China, after they took the guns of the people, they killed about 80 million Chinese. And they murdered also babies, because people who do this are psychopaths or even something worse. We'll not go into that now. And they just kill, kill, kill and kill. That's what they want to do in America with Obama. He's controlled by Zionist Jews, by AIPAC, and he wanted to take your guns. And Mao was surrounded by Zionist Jews and he took the guns of the Chinese people. So the similarities are one-on-one 100%. He is Mao for America. And Obama is in the Illuminati card game. And the Illuminati card game is the plan for the new world order. And if you're a very rational person, then I am very rational too. I mean, a lot of things that are happening in real life now are in this card game, and the basics of it was made in 1995. So there are dark hands wanting to take your guns, symbolizing Obama. And they did other setup shootings like the Aurora shooting in the Aurora Theater. It was also in the Illuminati card game. And they're doing all these things for Satan. I mean, I think there's a lot to this Satan entity. He's probably something real, but we cannot go into this now. That's why 6 was on the Aurora Theater. And they like to use this satanic symbolism, all these numbers, 6, 666, 18, 27, 33. And they like to work with names, because Aurora means new dawn, the dawn of Satan. And they do this throughout history. Karl Marx, his real name Moses Levi Mordecai, he came up with communism. You know, the Russian Revolution, the Communist Revolution of 1917. It started with a gunshot from this ship, and it was called the Aurora, the new dawn. So you see things coming back throughout history. Mao, Obama, Aurora shooting, the gunshot from the Aurora when the revolution started. And this is a way you can see with facts that they control our lives and want to take over the world and kill us all. That's what they want to do. In Russia, they murdered about 50 to 100 million Russians, estimated. And they work with the Kabbalah. It says, conquer the world. If you share your evil plans with others, even when they don't understand that your karma is lifted. That's why they put so many things in public. And if you say something, it has a better chance of coming true. That's why they do all these word games. And they're brainwashed with the Talmud. It says that the Jews are human beings and we are beasts. The best among the Gentiles deserve to be killed, so everybody deserves to be killed, Gentiles, the non-Jews. Every Jew who spills the blood of the godless, the non-Jew, is doing the same as making a sacrifice to God. And because of this Kabbalah and this Talmud, they put things in the media, like Katy Perry with Dark Horse, I'm coming at you like a perfect storm. That's what's going to happen between 2013 and 2018, the perfect storm. World War III, they want to starve us, nuke us. A lot of things have to happen then. False terrorist attack, probably at the Satanic power plant. Many things have to happen. So in 2016, this is the Jewish year 5776, they can take over the world. That's the perfect storm that she warns for. They warn us. And also Canals Barkley with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, of course. They are in a very subtle way, like you can almost not understand it, warning us to unburden their karma. So in 1995, in this card game, was already 9/11, Aurora shooting. It's all planned well in advance. And also the Columbine shooting before Aurora shooting was already set up. Mark Taylor, who survived the shooting, saw another shooter, and this puts the whole official story like it's made up. And he's on drugs in a mental institution held against his will by the government. This is, you can look it up, this is real. So we cannot find out the truth about the Columbine shooting. And the Sandy Hook shooting was also a setup, of course. Other people looked into it, and the Sandy Hook shooting was full of suspicious Jewish Zionists who were immediately shouting, screaming and crying that guns should be banned. And that's why they do all these things. They want to take your guns and kill you. And there were satanic hallmarks on the event, like New Town, as in a town in a new era of Satan, like with this Aurora, New Dawn, New Town, Adam, the new man, from Adam and Eve, new man of course, and Adam Lanza was a very strange name. And it can be turned into Adam Satan, Adam Satan, the new satanic man. They are really playing all these games with you. These satanic games. This is all real. All these shootings are done to take your guns. And this is the worst one. The Cassidy Stay shooting was a setup. It's like in the Pink Floyd song. There's a hint in the song and they say, what do you get for pretending the danger's not real? The whole family was shot through the head. With Cassidy, the bullet probably was deflected by a finger. It's the official story. Who believes such bullshit? Then she becomes a hero for calling 911? And people cheer her. She thanks Satan all the time. She's making this satanic sign all the time. Thank you, Satan. And people say like, it's for deaf people. It means thank you. No, retards. It's made up by a Zionist Jew, Helen Keller. And these are the 2 horns of Satan. And it means thank you, Satan. To whom is she looking here? She's looking to the sky. She makes this sign to Satan. She's doing the thank you Satan sign to Satan himself. This is all real. If you don't believe in all this stuff, they do. She was being overjoyed after her whole family is shot through the head. If you believe one of the most obvious lies in thousands of years of human history, or better said, you accept all these lies, you are guilty and deserve what they have planned for you. That's death, yes. That's a fact. You cannot believe even the most extreme lies and think everything will be okay. That's not how it works. This is one of the most extreme lies in history. She still has all her fingers. How is it possible when a bullet was shot through her finger? It's impossible. The killer didn't shoot again. Why not? This is the most obvious lie in the last 2000 years. If America sunk so low to believe all this complete nonsense, maybe it's time to admit defeat and wait for death. I don't know. here she is with all her fingers intact. It's impossible. So now we looked at the event place in history. That was step one. You understand now, this wasn't a shooting on its own, that there are other set-up shootings. The goal is to take your guns. They put a satanic hallmark on many of these things, because it all has to lead to the taking over of the world for Satan, the new world order that you saw in this Illuminati card game. Step 2, concrete event compared to similar crimes. With all these TV shows on the case with Paul Hassan, blood relatives, and these shows are pretty good, pretty accurate. They interview detectives that really worked on a specific case. And these detectives always look at the context of the case. Who were involved, who could have a motive, means, opportunity, what was going on with money, relations, etc. They always look at behavior of the people involved. Was it suspicious? Then they have suspects. Then they have a look at the evidence. Then they match everything, and in most cases the killer is found. Apparently they have a systematic way of solving crimes, and it works pretty well. They should be proud, and we should have confidence in these people. Unfortunately, with some cases, apparently the Zionist Jews are more powerful than these detectives. Kennedy murder, Columbine shooting, Aurora theater shooting, Sandy Hook, and the Cassidy Stay shooting. They don't do all these things. And if we look like these detectives at the context of the specific case, we know that the Stay family were Mormons, and that's very important, because the whole Mormon movement is a satanic concept thought out by the Hasidic rabbis to have another group of people working for them. Yes, the Mormons are satanic. Not all people, but the top. Mormon jewelry in the past was often Egyptian based. Yeah, these were Mormon jewelry from the past. How is that possible? Because the Hasidic rabbis, they say that they were the priesthood of the pharaohs of the Egyptian time. I told you this has been going on for a long time. And they're very proud that they were the priesthood behind the pharaohs in Egypt. So it's no wonder that the symbolism from their heydays, that they took it to this time. And that's why they work a lot with the all-seeing eye, the pyramid, and the dog star Sirius that you see everywhere, symbolic in the media now. Because this represents Satan, the all-seeing eye. And the Mormons, they consider themselves to be Jews, and the rest of the world Gentiles. Except for the ones everybody calls the Jews. They consider themselves and the Jews as branches of the same tree. Both are supposed to be of Israel. They are of the Ephraim descent, and the Jews of the Judah, of course. So the Mormons, they think they are Jews. It's a pretty idiotic statement, taking into account the real Jews try to track people back to the original tribes in Israel, try to keep the DNA pure. With the Mormons, it's just a belief. So it's a little bit stupid, but okay. They both use the same Freemason satanic symbolism. This is from the Mormons, the all-seeing eye that I just showed you from Egypt. And the Hasidic rabbis fought out the Mormons, and they put their symbolism in their belief system. It's the all-seeing eye again. It represents Satan. And this is of course from Israel, or should I say Israel, the Mormon church with the Israel sign. And here the all-seeing eye with the dog star Sirius in the back. Mormon, they are satanic. And here the devil sign in one of their churches. And the dog star Sirius. the morning star, it's also called. And here we have this devil symbolism again in the Church of Satan. And who do we see in the Church of Satan? Carrie. And it's all connected. And here's the all-seeing eye with Sirius again, the devil star, all-seeing eye. And a lot of people, they said, hey, there's something going on. And they made studies of it. Masonic symbolism in Mormonism. So you have the Hasidic rabbis, and they control everything. The Mormons, Freemasons, Vatican, United Nations, Hollywood. So they put all their hints in there. The music industry, a lot of people say, oh, it's satanic, and there are a lot of strange things in this music industry in Hollywood. They give him all these signs. And it's true. It's true. These people do it to unburden their karma. It's just a very simple fact. We don't have to look into all the details of all these hints from Hollywood and music industry. We just have to know the principle. They put all the all-seeing eye and the pyramid and hints, they put it in here because they want to unburden their karma. And that's it. We don't have to study this for days and weeks and years and find all the hints. It has no use. You have to understand the principle. That's what you have to understand. And Freemason, Skull and Bones, here we have Carrie again with Bush. They are controlled. And Romney is a Mormon. And here he is with the Hasidic rabbis. Of course. Because this retard, this white race retard thinks he's a Jew. What a joke. He's not. They made it all up. To have white race idiots work for them. It's a trick. You are tricked on so many levels. And Obama works for them. But okay, he's black. He's not going to be killed. But he is. He's of the white race. Stupid. And here they are together in The Simpsons. This is you, the American public, and you are fooled by Romney and Obama, who work for the same people, for the Hasidic rabbis. And they have masks. Because their real intentions are hidden. They want to kill you. I'm making things very simple. They want to kill you. What else do you have to know? So this was some of the context of the Cassidy Stay shooting and the Mormon connection. They are as satanic as hell. They are as Jewish as you can get. They are in on the whole Jewish Zionist political system. In conclusion, it's no surprise that the satanic shooting is set up in the Mormon society. And the behavior of Cassidy Stay is insane. This is a convicted psychopath that murdered her parents. Sarah Johnson. She shot her mother through the back of the head with a hunting rifle and shot her father in the chest. That's what she did. She put the gun with the trash and called the police. She could also call. Is she also a hero? She wasn't arrested first because the police has to find suspects, get a warrant and arrest them. There was no reason to suspect her until they looked at the context again. They questioned people, found out that she wasn't allowed to date some 19-year-old boy because her parents thought that he had a bad influence on her. The police first thought that maybe he killed the parents. But then they heard of her strange behavior at school. She didn't stay away from school. Immediately after the murder went to school, was acting normal, chatting to friends that thought, this is insane. Her parents were shot and she acted totally normal. They said, aren't you sad, scared, upset? And she responded, no, it's okay. I like your nails. I also want to do them like that. Blah, 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 the usual nonsense. Nobody understood. Apparently, she was the only psychopath of the group. Then detectives went to her house to interrogate her. They saw a garbage truck driving through a street. When the detectives stopped at her house, one of them got the idea to stop the truck. They went through the garbage and found a hunting rifle with gloves. And she was arrested, she did it, she was convicted. And her family asked for a life sentence without parole for the fear of retribution and the lack of remorse. This is typical for psychopaths. They kill unprovoked because they just feel an urge to kill and give in to it. They have no conscience, so they never feel remorse for what they did. The advice that the psychologist gave after studying the case: if you meet a psychopath like Sarah Johnson, run. And psychopaths run our government. You got that sinking feeling, why not? And this is not Cassidy Stay, happily laughing after the incident like she does all the time. No, this is Sarah Johnson, because during the trial she was angry at a reporter of a local newspaper that made a picture of her where she seemed a little bit too happy. This was at the memorial of her parents. It was in the few days after the murder, just before she was arrested. She was going like, "Hey, my parents are dead. Yeah, hey, nice to see you. How are you? Yeah." And this convinced the jury, this was one of the things that convinced the jury that she did it, of course, because this is not normal behavior. Then why do you accept it from this psychopath, this other psychopath? If you were a child, a teenager, and your whole family was shot through the head in a room with you, and you were the only one who survived, would you do like this? No. Yeah, my whole family's dead. Yeah, woohoo! All shot through the head. Yeah, it's great. Woohoo! Yeah, hey, woohoo! It's insane. She cannot stop smiling. Why are you so stupid? And here she's doing a Satan mark again. And this guy, I cannot say like he's in on it, but what a sneaky, sneaky, sneaky look on his face. And he's going like, yes, Satan! Everything for Satan! Can't you not see what's going on? It's incredible. And here she's making the satanic sign to Satan directly, to the sky. And she's closing one eye a little bit because she has to look into the sun. Oh my God. You think this is all normal? It's not normal. And here's one of the satanic rabbis making the Satan sign. It's not normal. And here we have Miley Cyrus. She's as satanic as can be, also greeting Satan. Looking into the sky to Satan. This is all real people. Nobody who's innocent would be so happy after the whole family has been shot. That's not suspicious behavior, but incredibly clear, unrivaled, super obvious, guilty without a doubt behavior. Seasoned detectives look for in these sort of cases for hundreds of years. So why would we not do it in this case? We should. Imagine you were 15 or so and you were in a room where your whole family was shot. You would have nothing to do with it. Would you be overjoyed? No. She was involved. There can be no other conclusion. Many people, when confronted with this illuminati, that's just the Hasidic rabbis' cases, then they keep saying coincidence, and they didn't confess. They're practically saying like, I want a written statement of the people involved in these strange events, that they organized it all with the intent to kill people, signed with witnesses on camera, and then, yes, okay, then I will admit there's something going on. But this virgin nerd attitude, if it was normally murder cases, there would be 0 murderers in jail in America. America would be a gang wasteland. Because no murderer, almost no murderer, is going to confess. They want to get away with it. That's why we have to look at evidence and circumstances and behavior of people. And what was the occult edge to the murder? They made up this scam that Cassidy Stay is a hero for calling 911 because this means, of course, that she is hailed for calling Satan. 911 comes back when the Jews got Palestine after World War I. This was on 911, 9/11 they got it. And 9/11 itself was, of course, on 9/11. This refers to 9/11 Bible revelation where it said, "For their master is the one who's thrown in the bottomless pit." This is Satan. And that's why the 911 call was so important in this case. And she's hailed as a hero for calling 911. These people are hailing Satan this way. That's the idea of it. And with Kennedy, they also did it. They killed him on 11/22. That's also a satanic hallmark. And they went further with FBI, Lee Harvey Oswald, and you put it 6 places further in the alphabet, you get 666. They like all these satanic hallmarks. On the Aurora shooting, the new dawn of Satan, they like all these things. I'm not saying they work, but they like to use it. And this was a family in the past, like a close, good family. White race people with more than 1 or 2 children. And they wanted to change that. So change a white race society that was stable and structured and calm and good. They still want to destroy us, kill all the white race. And how do they do that? Killing us. They want a world of dark people. White race and the black race have to mix, and thus the white race will disappear. For the mixing of the dark with the white means the end of the white man. The most dangerous enemy will become only a memory. And then our race will rule undisputed over the world. Our superior intelligence will easily enable us to retain mastery over a world of dark peoples. They want to make America black. That's a fact. And you can see it all around you. America is becoming black. You cannot deny it. And this is not America, this is Russia, St. Petersburg. These are all Muslims. Yeah, Russia, of course, Russia is a white race nation. They want to not make it black, they want to make it a Muslim country. And with America, they have a mix of blacks and Muslims. Muslim American. Hey, happy. They are taking over. Why should they not be happy? They're taking your country. They are. Must be clear to anyone that we have to be destroyed by 2 waves, a black one and a Muslim one. And who combines these 2 killer waves? Cassius Clay, that was his real name. Muhammad Ali was first named Cassius Clay. And that was the occult stamp on the Cassidy Stay shooting. The Cassidy Stay shooting was an ode to Cassius Clay. Cassius Clay, 11 letters. They like the 11, the number of Satan. Cassidy Stay, also 11 letters. It sounds exactly the same. And it's not uncommon for them to honor the heroes from the past that helped them realize the new world order. Because in the Illuminati card game, there's Churchill, Jacobean Jew, and there's Hitler, Ashkenazi Jew. The whole World War II was a setup to get Israel. Wow. Millions and millions died in World War II for nothing, only to get the Zionist Jews Israel, and to get closer to the new world order. Are we that stupid? Apparently. So I'm telling you all these things, like, look throughout history, like Mao, Churchill, Hitler, World War I, World War II. It's all connected. They love black people because the whole world has to become black and Muslim. They worked with Mandela, JC, Kanye West, all these people. Like here, Mandela, he was a communist. And here's a Jew, of course, Zionist Jew, Joe Slomo. And his number in jail was 46664. And this is JC, and he makes the satanic pyramid sign. And this Kanye West with Kim Kardashian, and he's promoting mixed races and also making the pyramid sign. and Obama, he's the most important one. But this guy was one of the ones who started it all. Because you have to understand that before Cassius Clay, before Muhammad Ali, the white and the black were separated. And it was a totally different society. And he was a gift from God, or better said, their God Satan, to mix the races. He was articulate, intelligent, charismatic. He made black people acceptable to whites. He also supported Protocol of Zion, keep the retards distracted with sports and entertainment while we work on a plan to murder them all. But they also want to make everybody a Muslim. And this Superman even made Muslims acceptable in society. He had it all, making white people believe that letting the society become black was normal. Distracting the people with sports while the extermination of the white race is prepared, introducing the Islam into America. So he's a real Jewish Zionist hero. When he converted to Islam and changed his name to Muhammad Ali, the sports reporters didn't want anything to do with it. They just wrote about the fights of Cassius Clay, his preparation and all the regular things. But who was one of the most influential reporters that did name him Muhammad Ali instead of Cassius Clay and wrote about the Islam? Howard Cosell. Again, he has a very sneaky look in his eyes. Because he has been fooling you all. Howard Cosell wasn't born Howard Cosell. His real name was Howard William Cohen. Yes, he was a Jew. Nothing wrong with it. Except when you're one of those that wants to exterminate the white race and take over the world. Then there's a lot of things wrong with it, of course. And who do we have here together? Muhammad Ali and Howard Cohen. They tricked you. They are tricking you on all sorts of levels. It was all a setup. Your whole world is a Jewish Zionist setup to destroy you in the Jewish year of Enlightenment 5776 or 2016. It was all a charade. The sports, the movies, the politics, the wars, everything was a scam. It was all a scam, people. And Muhammad Ali was a member of the Nation of Islam. And here we have JC again. And he's also a member of Nation of Islam. But of the specific group in this Nation of Islam, the 5%ers. And it's their symbol. This thing that he has around his neck, this sophisticated jewelry, is from the 5%ers. And they want to reduce the white race to 5% of society, or 5% of the population, because they think the white man is weak. What if we white people would have chains around our necks from organizations that want to reduce the black people to 5% of the population? We could not do it. All Jewish Zionist and black organizations controlled by them would shout and scream, racist, racist. Angry-looking TV anchors would pretend to be outraged. CNN would have marathon broadcasts about it. Shocked politicians would pretend to be outraged. But when they do it, oh, no, that's okay. Let's kill Whitey. Why do we accept that? Why do we accept Jewish Zionists running our countries that believe in Talmud teachings like the best among the Gentiles deserve to be killed, so all the Gentiles deserve to be killed, and white people are the cancer of mankind, Susantach Jew. These are not just words, these are things they believe in. We are exterminated by setup wars and shootings, replaced by black people and Muslims. It's the truth. I'm telling you the truth. And now what? The whole Cassidy Stay shooting is a setup, and the psychopaths get away. These boys are not avenged. No reason, no justice. America has fallen already. Is this America? America has to wake up to what's going on and what has been going on for hundreds of years, or die. You see the real world America and start fighting back, or die. Realize that Cassidy Stay is some sort of animal, a psychopath that is born with an urge to kill. She cannot connect to people even if she wanted to. The real one that is guilty in this case is you. When you do have human feelings, you can understand how terrible the shooting was. One of the worst ones ever. These boys were shot through the head. Can you comprehend that? This is the most terrible shooting in American history. And this is what happened in Russia. They also murdered white race boys on an incredible scale. Can you see the connections now? They want to kill you. You see now how big this is and what's coming for you. It's coming very soon, and if you don't do anything to get justice served, you are the guilty one, not this murder machine without emotions and without a conscience. Because you know the difference between right and wrong. Hasidic rabbis work with similar logic. You are supposed to be on the side of good. If you don't do anything, being on the side of good doesn't mean anything. That's why it says in the Bible, God or no God, it still makes sense, I spit you out the lukewarm. Believing in the Bible and not acting means nothing. If you don't act, you're guilty. It's what it says in the Bible. And it's logic. Don't do anything and you will be punished automatically, because they can go on with their plan for the new world order and the extermination of the white race. It will be the ultimate punishment.